Howdo, my name is Andrew Hancock and I am a VMware technical architect from Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. I have worked with VMware since their birth in 1998, so that has been over 24 years I have been working with the VMware product catalogue. Some of my close colleagues say if you cut Andy in half, it reads VMware like a stick of rock from Blackpool. I have now written 134 articles and recorded 30 hours of VMware vSphere videos for Experts Exchange and received 40 Experts Exchange awards over the last 10 years working with the Experts Exchange community. I am currently the overall #1 point earner in the Hall of Fame at Experts Exchange. I am honoured to have been accepted into the VMware vExpert program since 2011 and more recently made a VMware vExpert Pro for the last 3 years. And welcome back to another episode of Hancock's VMware Half Hour. But I promise you today's not going to be 30 minutes. Today, this is going to be a shorty. This is going to take us about 5 minutes. So sit back, grab a coffee, grab a cup of tea, grab a beer and watch this. So today we're going to discuss and I'm going to show you how to suppress configuration issues and the warning alert which appears after you have enabled SSH or the ESXi shell for ESXi 8. Now in my previous video you would have seen how we enable SSH and the ESXi shell for ESXi 8 using a direct connection to the hypervisor and also through vCenter server. So I've not touched these servers in the lab here after the last lab, so these are in exactly the same condition and state as previously. So if I just quickly jump into our ESXi 001, this is the direct connection to ESXi 001, which is ESXi running ESXi 8, and as it was left you can see that it states that the ESXi shell has been enabled, the SSH has been enabled, and it's also given us warnings as well. Now, I did say previously, if you are in a production environment, it is incredibly dangerous, and I can't highlight that enough. There have now been many reported cases of malware and Trojans that are ESXi aware that brute force SSH. They will obtain access to your server, they will shut down your virtual machines, and they will encrypt your virtual machines across all your data stores that ESXi has access to. And that's it. And unless you actually pay the ransomware, which I suggest you don't, you are going to be in for several days, several hours of downtime whilst you restore. It is incredibly easy today, even at consumer level, to be able to brute force an SSH server using an RTX card and a 13.6 or I think 26.5 million password list that now exists on the internet. And if you have a very poor password and you leave SSH open and enabled for long enough on your servers, then you are at risk. So please bear this warning. Only enable SSH on your hosts should you need to do so for troubleshooting. So without that message, I'm going to show you quickly how we actually turn off these alerts. And quite simply, if we click Actions and we click Dismiss Notification, and the notification disappears. And exactly the same if I click Actions and I click Dismiss Notification, the notification disappears. And then if I just basically do big X out and big X out, and if I do a quick refresh, you will notice it's just waiting to refresh. You will notice that the warning sign normally disappears. I'm just going to basically auto refresh, and of course you hadn't spotted, we're actually in maintenance mode. Okay, so we've got a green tick. Now, there's no way of knowing now that SSH and the shell are actually running on that ESXi server. And again, you know, just to prove this, if I just run up our faithful putty, if I can spell putty, P-U-T-T-Y, and I just load up, then you can see that obviously SSH is running. If I can get the password, I think we got the password wrong. So I'm just going to try again. I am human after all, although some people may not think that. Okay, so you can see that we are logged in to our ESXi server, and there's no warning because we've actually dismissed them. You probably shouldn't dismiss them today, to give you a heads up that SSH is actually running. Again, I wouldn't actually recommend that you actually keep SSH running for a very long term on your host. There's no reason to. So I'm actually just going to quickly go to our host, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to say services. I'm going to say disable secure shell, and I'm going to say disable ESXi shell, and that now will turn off SSH. If I just do a restart or duplicate session, then you can see that that's going to be refused, and I'll exit out of that shell. This is just an updated video on a video that I did previously for ESXi 7. The procedure is exactly the same, and it's based on an article that I wrote previously on ESXi 7. So I told you this video was going to be quick, about 6 minutes. So that's all I've got to show you in this video. So in summary, all we've done is logged on directly to our host server, and we've actually shut down the ESXi shell, and we've turned off SSH. So thanks very much for watching this. Please come back and have a little look at the other videos that we're going to start to do, where we actually start installing virtual machines for the first time on our ESXi 8 lab. Thank you very much. Goodbye.